Well, we made it. Did everyone have a good time? Is everyone exhausted? No. Okay, who has been to more than one RightsCon? Awesome. Who has been to 3 RightsCons? I'm so hoping we get to somebody who's been here 5 times. Who has been to 4 RightsCons? And if you've been at 5 RightsCons, stand up. You're kind of to me. 3 times in San Francisco, once in Manila, and once in Rio. Okay, so it's been an absolutely incredible experience for me. One of the things that I wanted to do first is to thank the sponsors who've enabled this conference to happen. So thank you very much to the sponsors, many of whom are in the room. I've been thinking a lot about why I think this conference is a little bit special, and obviously there's a lot of work and a lot of heart and head that goes into this event. And there's sort of moments at the conference, for me anyway, where it's sort of I have a shift in the way that I have thought about something, and I think about something in a new way, or I have a jolt which influences how I'm going to approach a new tactic, a new strategy, or a new practice. And then sometimes it's just a conversation that actually I found turns into a partnership. And for me, that happened actually yesterday. I went to the Digital Disabilities panel, and we spent a lot of time, obviously over the last couple of months, bringing people from all around the world. I mentioned, can we put that slide back for a sec before we go back? Thank you. So I went to the digital disability session, and there was people there who we had brought from Indonesia, and there were many people who applied to attend and people who we funded to attend, which was absolutely fantastic. And I sat in the panel, and Valentina was there from Indonesia, who was just an email address, and suddenly she was a person. And she was next to Hub then, Irma, who is blind and deaf. And we went around the room, and when I spoke, her assistant Alex was sitting next to her. He typed in what I said, and then via Bluetooth it went to the laptop on the Braille laptop on her computer, and she spoke back to me in pitch perfect English. And I said to her, how's the technology platforms that you operate on? And through the process, through Bluetooth, she came back and she said, we use Facebook all the time, we update our status, we actually communicate and coordinate on Facebook and on Twitter. And I said, are they doing a good job? She said, yeah, it's kind of okay. And I said, do you know anyone at Facebook or Twitter? And she's like, no. So I emailed the guys from Facebook and Twitter and said, hey, would you like to meet this amazing woman working on disabilities? And within 15 minutes, Facebook was outside the session. Andy and Matt and the guys at Twitter said they would come as well, and that conversation happened. And I was a little disappointed that Twitter wasn't there, and then when I was reading Twitter looking at Twitter this morning, I saw this. And @policy is actually @Twitter policy. There's Valentina and Hubden on the right, and the guys from Twitter on the left, and Alex, her assistant over there. So that was my moment where I was just like, hey, this is these conversations, these communications, these connections that would never, ever have happened. I'm hoping that all of you have had some form of that experience, and who knows, as it will roll out. Normally in the closing ceremony of RightsCon, we kind of try to look at some of the outcomes, and at this point I wanted to actually introduce to you the awesome Access Now team who are going to run through a couple of things that happened throughout the last couple of days. So if I could bring you guys on, that would be awesome. If we could have a rousing round of applause for this amazing team. Hang on, for this amazing Access Now team. The reason why there's delay last of which is Nick D'Agostino, who is the coordinator of RightsCon. So, you guys, what have you seen in terms of the outcomes at the conference or your personal things? You just got a minute each.
Yeah, so hi guys, I'm Javier. I work policy for Access Now in Latin America. And I want to focus on Latin America, of course, it's like my region. And well, deciding on one outcome is really hard. There are so many, right? But just for the sake of an example, I will just say that, for instance, several Brazilian activists here heard about a dangerous package of 8 bills that are going to be pushed into the House of Representatives in Brazil. And we held an emergency session. Different groups there got together, and that practically in the same session that you're going to see it recorded in the YouTube channel, they came up with a strategy and a declaration, and now that's being shared. So that's probably one of the things that shows us the power of convening, getting together and strategizing. So you can find that in the webpage of Access Now, in the webpage of Internet Lab, Article 19, ITS Rio, Intervoces, and all the groups were, and CTS, all the groups who were involved. So yeah, that's my favorite outcome for today.
I'm Amy Stepanovich. I'm the US Policy Manager at Access Now. One of the things that I kept hearing a lot about was encryption. And that might be because we spent, a lot of us the first day in here really delving deep into that issue. We had some of the best participants, and we really worked them hard. We had great session leaders. I see Rihanna, I see Kevin, I see Christian, really wonderful people leading these conversations. And we came up with 4 different documents, 4 different outcome documents from that on the cost of encryption, mandates, the benefits of encryption, ways to encourage other companies to adopt and to promote encryption. And those are all going to go up on the Crypto Summit website, and we're going to keep moving forward to push against bad government laws and for good policies.
And who's that?
And this is my pet. His name is BB-8.
Hi, so I'm Daniel. You maybe saw me at the Digital Security Clinic with the rest of the helpline team. So we managed to get over 50 consultations during the 3 days of the conference. We had everything coming on. So people asking for assistance, coming saying, hey, I know I need help. I don't know what I need. Can you help me? So awesome connections. It was finally the time for us to put a face in many people we have been working, many awesome people that we have been connecting with. So it's really an opportunity to interact with this community. We have, for example, people coming out of a session in the demo room saying, hey, I've just heard about this cool tool. Can you help me? It's that connections, that interactions between this community that is going to make us great, and it's going to make us grow even more. So thank you, everyone, for being here.
Hi, I'm Estelle, EU policy analyst working out of our Brussels office. From a European perspective, I'm really happy to report that during the conference, SaveTheInternet.eu was relaunched, and I invite all of you to join the movement and join the coalition and answer the online questionnaire in order to ensure that Europe protects and have strong net neutrality rules.
Hi, I'm Ramanjit Singh Chima. I'm Access's Director of Global Public Policy. And the thing I'd like to share with you is that through most of today, 32 litigators and digital rights activists and policy people from across the world have been sharing information, have been trying to create a digital rights litigation network hosted by, in association with the fantastic Media Legal Defense Initiative, Peter Norlander, who is somewhere here. We've had people, we've been just sharing the challenges that litigators, not just in the US or in Northern Europe, but litigators in South America, in Central America, in Southern Africa, South Asia, and East Asia. They're all fighting incredible battles. They're all trying to share information in the next rounds of fights. You're going to see judgments in the next few months on things from data retention to surveillance law, from Mexico to cases in Hong Kong to elsewhere. We're trying to see how we can empower and support the next range of these challenges, but also make sure that we work together with you, the community, technologists, activists, and people who are directly lobbying government and policymakers to make sure that the courts can be the last bastion and sometimes the first bastion for digital rights. And we hope to be able to do more in the next few months.
Hi everyone, my name is Ephraim Pasikenyanito. I'm the Sub-Saharan Africa Policy Analyst at Axis, based in Nairobi. So I'd like just to highlight two things which I'll take away from this conference, although there's so much to take away from this conference. There was a session about enough talk about the problem, let's find a solution to connectivity in Africa, which was hosted by HIVOS and Research ICT Africa. From that discussion, we were able to see that there is no silver bullet to solving some of these challenges. We need to look at solving these challenges from a multidisciplinary in a multi-stakeholder manner. Another discussion that I would like to take into consideration is about data mining that was hosted by PIN Nigeria. This is in the wake of various biometric initiatives across Africa, and that very few data protection laws, looking at dealing with these in a way that respects human rights. And from that discussion, we were able to try and brainstorm ways to support each other to ensure that our governments, our companies, and we ourselves, as we handle data for the population, for the local internet user, that it is held in a way that it respects the human rights. So that is a start of a conversation, and I'm excited on the next phase on how we can take this going forward. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Hassan Selmi from Tunis. I'm part of the helpline team. I was participating in this summit with people from Tunisia, and as Tunisian, we were telling other people about our newborn democracy in Tunis, and we were telling them how much it's important to not only support us, but support our model to be translated to our neighbors, to transit democracy to our area, and technology as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nina from the Brussels office. I'm from the operations team. Unfortunately, I noticed that I'm the only one with my trusty notes in hand, but I just wanted to make sure that I said everything that I wanted to say. So this is the 5th RightsCon, and this year we have gone even bigger. This year we have had over 250 sessions. We had 10 parallel sessions going on at the same time at any given time, and we have had over 1,000 participants from over 70 countries. We have come a long way. However, there are still lessons for us to learn and to develop. Some of them are, we are still learning about issues of diversity and making sure that all communities are represented and their voices are heard at RightsCon. Also, learning about how to effectively convene multiple stakeholders together so that we can all engage in an open and participatory dialogue together. We would really appreciate your feedback on your experience at RightsCon 2016. And we would really love to learn how we can make this a more impactful and useful experience for you and for your important work. Thank you.
I'm Kim. I'm part of the helpline based in New York. The demo room was primarily about stories. We had technologists, journalists, activists, users, and trainers all in the same room. So it's that connection that really made the demo room what it is. It's also my really great team. I would like to have special thanks out to Nat. Where is Nat? Let him stand up. He's here. Yep. Nat Meisenberg. And yep, from OTI. We also have Josh King, but I think he may have stepped out, OTI as well. Colin Sullivan from Benetech. And of course, my colleague and co-chair, Rogelio Lopez. one final note. Trainer Fest was an amazing success, and that is partly due to Nicholas Saraleva. Is he here? From Internews? No? Once again, thank you so much.
Drew Mitnick, I'm on the policy team and based in DC. So it wasn't that long ago that we would have conferences that would focus on cybersecurity, and you talk about military approaches, and you would talk about critical infrastructure, and you would have human rights conferences, which would be totally separate. But I think we saw an entire conference full of people who could have sophisticated conversations about cybersecurity and do it in a way that they were considering the human rights impact and thinking about it from a human rights framework. And I think that's really an amazing achievement that we've gotten this far. So I'll just say go on in cyber.
And I'm Nick D'Agostino. I'm based in New York and the resident Canadian on staff at Access Now. And I would like to, I mean, as much as the outcomes of 2016 are still going to be, I think some kind of the submerged outcomes will still be, coming about. I think it's really good to look forward. And so I actually have the pleasure of announcing where RightsCon 2017 will be. And so the host city of RightsCon 2017 will be Brussels. Which is excellent. I mean, and so there's many really good reasons why we're bringing it to Brussels, and I think the first reason is Europe and Brussels is a international hub for so many global policies, and really the decision makers for a lot of global policies. Everything from net neutrality to data retention, data protection, and trade laws. And so I think that we want to really bring the global civil society, back and make sure that they have make sure that they have a say in these decisions. Another reason is because global tech companies from around the world have such an influence and such a presence in Brussels, and we want to make sure that these decisions and these discussions have the tech community present. And lastly, Europe, we want to be. We want everyone to be able to bring support to European civil society and bring support to Europe. And I think that RightsCon as a community can bring a lot of this support. And so we're very excited for that. And I'd like to now pass off the ceremonial baton to the Brussels office. And so we don't only have a baton, but I have a handshake.
Thank you. We look forward to welcome you in Brussels. We look forward to bringing this energy and this group of people and more diversity even into the Brussels discussion to the next year. Be ready and bienvenue à Bruxelles.
Awesome. So I think that's basically it. Then you're going to go homes. The Access Now team, of which there are other members here as well in the audience, we're all actually getting on a bus and we're driving 3 hours into the countryside, and we're going on retreat for a couple of days to both chill out and also to talk about what we're going to do with all of this information and ideas for our coming year, but we're going to do a lot of chilling out first. And a couple of housekeeping things. One is that if you see a succulent on the table, you can take it with you, whoever grabs it first, whoever wants them. There is one fat boy, which is the bean bags there, and am I allowed to? No. Yes, I am. Whoever is sitting on it can take it home. Oh, it's voila, she has to take it back to Tunisia in hand luggage. Maybe we can give you a little one. So any outcomes, hashtag RightsCon, so we can put them in the outcomes report. Yeah, hashtag, exactly. And I think that's it. So a round of applause to you guys for coming, and thanks for everything.